microphone and introduce yourself. Thank you.
I should go first, the others.
Yes, please. Christianah, you can go
Okay.
first as the Nigerian representative. I'm sorry, I'm supposed to even introduce you first. Please
No,
just wait.
no. I have my mouth to talk.
All right.
Hi, guys. Good evening. Hope you're doing well. Nice meeting you all. And I'm eager.
Good evening. Nice meeting you too.
Yeah, and I'm eager to see as many of you in UM6P. So, as the moderator has mentioned, my name is Christianah Oyewale. I'm from Oyo State, particularly Ibadan. I'm representing the Nigerian students at UM6P, so I can be referred to as UM6P Nigerian Ambassador. Yeah. Then second year master student at the School of Collective Intelligence. Thank you.
Babatunde, would you like to introduce yourself next?
Of course, yeah. Thank you. While at that, please, Yeboah, I think probably you have the access to mute anyone who is not talking. Yeah, I think you will have the access to do that. So just to raise the concern as well. I mean, if anyone is not saying anything at a time, please, you can mute your mic from your end so that we can all hear ourselves very well. So I believe everyone can hear me, Yeboah. Okay, great. So my name is Babatunde Abdullahi. I am a PhD candidate at the African Business School, and it's always nice to have you guys here. And just like Christianah mentioned, that it will be great to always have as many as possible Nigerians with us here. So that is just a brief about me. We'll get to know about ourselves very soon, inshallah. So see you guys.
Moshood, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm here. Thank you very much, Yeboah. Good evening, all. Nice to be here tonight. My name is DADA Moshood. I'm a master student, first year at School of Collective Intelligence. So I will be glad to welcome you all at UM6P. So I wish you guys.
Paul. Paul, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Good evening. I think someone's mic is not muted.
I'm looking for the person currently.
Okay.
But I think you can just continue. Why?
Okay. Thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure being here. And my name is Popoola. I'm a first-year master student here at UM6P in the Bengeri campus. I'm first-year master student in agribusiness innovation in the African Business School ABS. And it's a pleasure having everyone here. I mean, this time last year, I joined this particular meeting also. And 1 year down the line, I'm here at UM6P also. So it's a pleasure being here. And one pointer, you can, this meeting is recorded and you can go back to watch it as many times as possible in case you miss any information. We look forward to having everyone here. Thank you.
Royal, please.
Good evening, everyone. So my name is NWOKOCHA. I'm a second year master student in green buildings and energy efficiency at the School of Architecture, Planning and Design. So it's a pleasure to meet all of you, and I hope we'll see each other by this time next year.
All right, great. Thank you very much for the introduction. These are just few of the Nigerian students here at the UM6P, and Nigeria is a thriving community. The Nigerian student community is a thriving community here, and we're looking to welcome as many of you as possible to join us here in Morocco, maybe by September this year, inshallah. So I'd like to ask Christianah to please give us a brief insight or overview of, UM6P, the school, academic programs, and things like that, before we call on Olariwanju Abdullahi to take us on the application process.
Okay, thank you so much, Yeboah. Can you hear me?
Yes, please go on.
Yeah, because my Teams has been misbehaving for some time now, so I have to join with my system and my phone. Yeah, so once again, hello everyone. Nice meeting you again, and I'm glad that you have met some of the current students. We have a large Nigerian community at UM6P. The people you are seeing here are the one that the committee that are putting everything together to support you throughout your journey, including when you get to the school. It's a community that we form and collectively do things together. We have our culture that we ensure that it is unique at UM6P. Yeah, so this introduction is very important because based on the experience of the current M1, I noticed some people do not even know the name of the school. So the name of the school is Mohammed VI Polytechnic University. If you want to call it by how the acronym is, that's UM6P, you say University Mohammed VI Polytechnic. The reason why I'm mentioning this is that in your motivation letter, so that you will not make mistake. Last set, I saw some people make mistake with the university name and also the department that they are applying to. If you are the reviewer, you will know that this person is not ready for this admission. So please get used to the name of the school. This is not an updated slide I'm using. It's the one that's we use for the current M1. Yeah, so UM6P is a nice place that is a unique school located at Morocco. The main campus is in Bengri. Bengri is close to Marrakesh, and there are now so many other campuses. We are from Rabat. You see in other places like Lyon, not sure of Casablanca, but you see in France, you see in Canada, I think Cote d'Ivoire, I don't know if they've started the Cote d'Ivoire business. So UM6P is really, really going to places. Yeah, so it's a unique university because UM6P is popularly known with learning by doing. That is, you're learning, experimenting, you are practicing what you are learning. So it is good as you have started this journey to be able to embrace the transformative journey where education meets innovation, especially that word innovation is very important. Yeah, so like I mentioned, this is a whole slide. UM6P has moved from just 2 campuses, from just Rabat and Bengri campus. I can't, like, if you've been following UM6P for quite some time now, you see that UM6P has even entered the top 500. Yeah, so they kept on introducing many innovative ideas, opening faculties, schools, bringing in different initiatives, increasing the female gender, the male gender, international students, increasing the nationality. Yeah, so UM6P, you will see like students from more than 27 African countries. We are Nigerians. You see students from Ghana, see students from Cote d'Ivoire, students from Senegal. In almost all African countries, you will see UM6P students. They are also Europeans in UM6P. At least you see them in different departments. So UM6P is now having more than 5,700 full-time students. PhD students too has really increased. Like the next person that is going to speak with you is currently a PhD student, and he has been very helpful. He's a teacher, so every year we always use him to walk you through the application. So like I mentioned, the word innovation and entrepreneurship is very important in UM6P. When you come to UM6P, you do your classwork, you do your projects, you do group work, you have opportunity to organize events, you have opportunity to attend conferences, attend many educational events, and even be an entrepreneur. UM6P is a place that if you have a dream, if you have a passion, if you have skill in you, you can put into place and it will come to reality. So there are so many startups that have students that have been able to create through empowerment from UM6P, traveled to conferences, do many research works, and the like. I believe by the time you get to UM6P, you see some of these things yourself, so that it won't be like, oh, Christianah is just trying to say more than how UM6P is. I'm very sure when you get to UM6P, you will see more than what I've said. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much, Christianah, for that very wonderful presentation. Just to buttress what Christianah has said, UM6P is a great place. It has great ambience for learning, great opportunities, and it's also globally connected. So you have lecturers from MIT, from Harvard, from Oxford coming to teach you. For instance, myself, I attended the Popoola University in Nigeria, but look at me here, rubbing shoulders with people from some of the leading universities in the world. And then again, UM6P last year was ranked as one of top 500 universities in the world. I mean, you could Google that and confirm. I mean, if UM6P was not intentional about supporting students and supporting people in its ecosystem, it will not be ranked as the top 500 university. So it's a great privilege to be in UM6P. And we're looking forward to having more of you guys join us, more of you guys from Nigeria join us here in UM6P. So I'd like to call on ABDULLAHI Babatunde to take us on this session. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Yeboah. And once again, good local time to everyone from where you're joining from. And I will not want to take much of our time. Firstly, let me congratulate you for joining this session. I want to tell you that it will be a session that you will never regret. Just like Paul mentioned earlier, some of our scholars that were admitted just this year, I mean, the current first-year master student, majority of them, if not all of them, were in the last session that was aired like this. So I want you to all make a very good chance of this avenue to ask your questions and to listen as much as you can. So without delaying any longer, I believe by now, every individual who is applying will have gone through the school website, look at the courses, the brochure, and have at least a bit of the knowledge of what is it that I want to apply for. So, I mean, I am someone who is of the opinion that if you want to apply for a program, you should be intentional about it. I mean, I've always said this every time. Scholarship application is more difficult than searching for a job. I can say it anywhere. You can quote me anywhere. I mean, you want to be intentional about it. So you don't expect that you are not even able to do at least the little assignment, at least finding out about the program that you want to apply. Just like Christianah said earlier, some candidates were not even able to mention the program they wanted to apply for. I could remember I was going through an SOP last time and someone was mentioning cognitive intelligence. What is that? I mean, at least do that first assignment. Go through the school website, look at the brochure, look at the program. Am I even a candidate for this program? Am I not going to waste my time? So these are the little assignments that you can do yourself before anything. So then I will move further to show us our way of navigating the application platform and how to go about it. I think things are much more easier this year. I could remember last year I did the same process and it was a little bit on and off, but this time around I think it was much more easier. So if you have any question, just note it down while I'm presenting, and after the presentation you can go ahead and ask your question. So I'll share my screen. Just let me know when you can see my screen. Okay. Okay, yeah. I think I will do this. Please let me know if you can see my screen. Right now I'm sharing the whiteboard.
Yes, we can see.
All right, cool. So, I mean, the first thing you want to do is to go to the school website at um6p.ma. So the first thing is I found out that majority of people complain about the website being in French. If you observe at the moment, I just typed in the school website, I loaded it, and I did not even do anything. It's changed to English automatically. I think Chrome has the advantage of doing this for you. However, if this does not happen, you have the ability at the top right of your screen to change the language from either French to English. So once you do that, it becomes easy. The platform is changed to English automatically. So you can choose to accept the cookies or not. That is your choice. I don't think it has anything to do. And like I said earlier, you have the platform to go through all the programs. I mean, these are the schools that we have and the series of programs that we also have here. So one thing I would like to point out first here is, as Nigerian, coming from an English-speaking country, you want to apply to only English taught program. So maybe here is where we can help. Here is where we can tell you these are the programs that are English taught. So as far as the master's program is concerned, we have like 3 courses that are English taught, mainly English taught. So we have the School of Collective Intelligence, we have the Masters in International Management, we have Agribusiness and Innovation. There are a little bit of issues as regard financial engineering. Some part of it are in French, while some other parts are in English. But insofar, if you can speak English, if you can speak French, you have a variety of courses that you can apply to. So that's it. I will now go through the application. And if you can see from this, you find out that we have a lot of Nigerians here. So this is to tell you, I mean, the power of Nigerians currently in this school. I mean, Nigeria is the highest English-speaking country that has the highest number of students so far in UM6P. I mean, English-speaking, quote. So let's move forward to the application. So the first thing is you want to click on apply. So here, when you click on apply, it shows you the programs. So post-baccalaureate program, meaning your undergraduates. And luckily for us this time around, You can't see my screen. I think that is only you. Yeboah, can you see my screen or not?
I can see your screen.
Okay,
I can
yeah.
see it here.
All right, cool. So, first we have the post-baccalaureate program, which simply means the program are in they are undergraduate programs. So you find out that we have two undergraduate programs that are English taught, that is medicine and pharmacy. So they are both English taught. Then for the science and technology division, they are all French taught. Roya spoke earlier. He is a second year student at the school of Saplas D. So he can speak French. This is why he can survive in this department. I can tell you for free. So if you can also speak French, just like I stated earlier, you have a variety of courses that you can apply to. So also, Bachelor of Hospitality Management is another undergraduate program that is in English that you can apply to as a Nigerian undergraduate. So FGSS, that is pure French. Then we have the masters. I don't want to bore us with the programs. So yeah, I will just move to the English taught program. As you can see there, which are master's program. We have the Masters in Collective Intelligence, Masters in International Management, Agribusiness, and Financial Engineering. For you to know about the courses, you can click on each of the link here. You see that they are hyperlink. You can click the link and it will take you to the website of the school. So yeah, like I said, I want to apply. I just click on apply. So for the first time, what you want to do is to create a candidate account for the first time. So when you click on create a candidate account, you have this. Here again, this is in French. The reason why it automatically translates is because I'm using my PC and it automatically translates to English. However, if yours does not, you have two flags at the upper part of your screen, one in France, and I think this one is Australia or UK, I guess. So when you click the other one, it gives you the English translation of the website. So what you want to do, you want to fill in your details. Okay. Once you fill in your details, you click on create my account. Simple as that. The only thing I would like to point here is your country of residence, Nigeria or where you are. Your national ID card. There have been always people calling back. I make a mistake about my ID card number. I did this, I did that. At this very moment, you want to be very careful. If you are putting in your national ID card number, that is your NIN, please make sure it is correct. Make sure you're not making any mistake with it. And if you are putting in your international passport number, make sure it is also correct. I mean, personally, I don't think I can go through that stress the way Christianah does, asking you guys to send in your details and sending it to the IT guy back and forth. It's a lot of mess. So please be very careful when you do this. Then here you want to choose your choice, your cycle choice. Here you want to either say, am I applying for the post-baccalaureate, which is undergraduate, or the master's? Then your desired cycle, which is what I showed you earlier. Is it master's? Is it post-baccalaureate or in the engineering cycle? So once you fill in your details and you click on create my account, for the first time, you receive an email. Okay? And this email that you receive, I will take you to that email now. So you receive an email. Okay. Please be very careful when you receive this email. It is either in your junk. As you can see here, the email I received was in my junk. It wasn't in my inbox. I found it in my junk. You may find it in your spam folder. Okay. So once you receive the email, it gives you the details of what you need to do. And what is this that you need to do? It gives you your it tells you that, okay, thank you for completing the process. Then it asks you to click on the apply link. So once you click on the link sent to you, it takes you to a kind of another page, which I'm going to share now again. Let me know when you can see the new screen. Yeboah, you can just give me the sign. I'm okay with that.
It's still loading. It hasn't opened yet.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay, let me just share my old screen so that it's fine. Okay. Now you can see it, right? Okay, great. So it takes you back to once I click the link, I am here. But now I already created my account, right? Now I want to click on login to candidate portal. Okay. So I just want to show it to you guys again. So here it says, for the first connection, please click on this portal link. So I click on this, then it takes me here. I want to show you. Okay. Now look at this. It takes me here, and I can log in.
Now we can't see anything now.
Yeboah, is that true?
I can see.
Please go ahead. We can see your screen.
I can see.
Okay. So it takes you here from that link that you click. It takes you here, and you click on login. Okay. Now this login is first. Be careful here again, because if you make another mistake here, you will not receive the password. You will not be able to set your password. So once you click on your username, now the username that you want to that is asking you for here is your email address. Please get it again. The username that you are going to fill in here is your what? Your email address. And once you do that, you click on first time login. The moment you click on first time login, it gives you another thing. Another email is sent to you. And this other email is this. This other email will be this, which allows you to set your password. I will have clicked on this link, but it expires in 15 minutes. When I did that, that is the process. This is what I'm explaining to you right now. So it takes you here, another email in your junk or maybe in your inbox. So once you click on that, it takes you to a page whereby you can set your password. So clicking on this, you are able to set your password. Okay. Now, once I'm done with that, I can now go back to log in. I can now come back here to log in with my details. Let me see. I think I just formed the numbers that I use, so I can't really remember the numbers of my person. What's this? Oh my. Oh my, oh my. There was so if you look at this, you see I have my password and the new password which I can set, but unfortunately I can't find the email that was given to me because like I said, the password, the number that I use was not actually my passport number. I just formed the number to create the account so that I can have the account and it works. Okay, let's do this. I'll just search for the email. Oh my God. What's this? What's this? Okay. Yeah, here's it. So just like I have shown here is the email that was sent to me with my username, which I use to create the password. So I go back to the portal where I can log in with my details. I have everything now. So just like I said, I created everything. I mean, the login details, the username ID, and I have now my profile is on. My profile is on. Now, the first thing is your profile, which you have submitted while you were filling the first page of the application process. It is everything that will be shown here. Okay. Then I can start with my details. Okay. The first part, information about you. You will not be able to edit anything here. This is why I was warning you earlier about the first page to be very careful about the numbers, so that if you make a mistake, you find out that I cannot edit my passport number. I cannot edit my surname. I cannot edit my first name. So you want to be very, very careful. The little things you can edit will be your gender, your date of birth, maybe you're in Morocco or not. As you can see, again, the language is the website is no longer in English. So I can always click here to change it to English. Now it is in English. So I fill in the first details, which is quite easier. Then your program selection. Okay. So remember, last year, this was not possible. The moment you want to create your account and you make a mistake with either your post-baccalaureate or master's, then it is impossible for you to change. So, but here now, you can always pick between programs. So I can click from here. Maybe it is post-baccalaureate, which is undergraduate, or master's. So here you see that I clicked master's or engineering, then I click that I am applying for a master's program. Then here I click all programs that are in English. So far, last year we had from the from the IT team, you can apply for as many programs as possible. Okay. So yeah, once I'm done with that, I can save and click on the next, which is my academic information. Now here you want to be very careful. A lot of people always make mistake here. So the first thing is you are a non-Moroccan. So your baccalaureate is not the same as theirs here. So your baccalaureate simply means you're undergraduate. Okay. So here I have orders. My type of baccalaureate is orders because we have two orders that are not the Moroccan, which is if you have studied in Morocco, and the Francis, maybe it is from French or from France or something like that. So since I don't belong to any of these two, I click on others. Now, the other thing that people used to ask every time is, I can't find my graduation year somewhere there. Yes, you may not be able to find it, but even if you cannot, click on the last year that is closer to yours. I mean, I graduated way before this time, so I'm picking 2015, and which is fine. Has no effect. So I went ahead again. It says specify the type of high school high school diploma. Your high school diploma, which is your secondary school, high school, WAEC, NECO, or anyone you want to use. So then your stream, it's science, commercial, or arts. So here you have equivalent scientific, equivalent literature, equivalent economic. So here, scientific is your science, literature is your art, economics is your commerce. Commerce. So here I provide the name, the city of my high school, the name of the school, the type. Is it private? Is it public or not? Then you want to choose the type of grading system that you use. What is the type of grading system? Because for us, our high schools are always 3 terms: your first term, second term, and third term. So you want to pick trimester here. Trimester here. So then we always show people every year how we calculate our so for example, we say that your baccalaureate grading scale is in 100%. So you want to now calculate your grade. How do you do that? So I'm going to share a whiteboard to show us now. So I believe we can all see my whiteboard. So here is how we calculate. So for example, I'm a science student. So I'm a science student. Forgive my handwriting. I know it's very bad. So I want to calculate my score. Here is how we go about it. I pick 5 of my main courses: maths, your English, then I pick physics, I pick chemistry, and I pick biology. Okay, so now let's say that I have A1 in math, I have say B2 in English or B3, regardless of what you can. Physics, I have A1. Chemistry, I have say A1. I am not that intelligent. I'm forming this up. Then in biology, say I have B2. Okay. So the thing is, we did the calculation such that A means 5 marks, 5 points. B equals 4. C equals 3. D equals 2. E equals 1. And F equals 0. Okay. So now I want to calculate the percentage of my grade. So A1, that means I have 5 here. 5 plus B3, 4 plus A1, 5 plus A1, 5 plus B2, 4. So if we do the calculation well, that means I have 15 plus 8, that's 23. So I have 23 out of 25. So remember, I said my high school annual grade is in percentage, is in 100. So I want to multiply this result by 100. So if you multiply this by 100, this should give you 4. That means I have 92%. That means I have 92%. So here now, what I'm going to put here, is it again? Here. What I'm going to put here now as the baccalaureate annual average grade will be 92. I mean, don't go ahead and just calculate anything for yourself, because even the admission officer know how to calculate this. They will go through your document and show you that you don't have that grade. And what does that mean? Your integrity is at stake, your candidacy is at stake. So you don't want to say that, let me just put any number. So be careful about that. So moving on, you want to provide your undergraduate degree now. So here, we always have this question as well. BAC plus 4, BAC plus 3, plus 5, and plus 6. Plus 3, license. License means your high school, secondary school. BSc plus 4, that is your undergraduate. BSc plus 5, your master's. PhD plus 6, I'm not sure I know that. But as far as we are concerned, BSc plus 4 is what works for us, your undergraduate. So have you completed this program? Yes. The country, Nigeria, establishment, the city. You pick in the city. I think I made a mistake here actually. So if it is the city, the name of the university, private or public, mathematics, what I studied, then your date of entry. I mean, mostly, I would say that majority of us don't even remember the date when we resume or when we enter the school. So, but we know the exact year. So in my own case, what I do is I remember the exact date. Most universities in Nigeria, we start our program maybe towards that September, August, September, November, thereabout. That is mostly the starting year. So I am picking November 22, a Monday of 2017, if that is my date of entry. Then I could remember, okay, my year of graduation was 2023. I think I had my final paper in October. I just put something like that, a Friday. What matters is your year of graduation is correct. Your year of entry is correct. You want to be sure about that. So here, this is quite easy. Your grading scale, 5, 4.3, 4, 20, 10. Nigerians, I believe we use 5, 4, and 7. UI that is using 7 is now even using 4. So you have your grading scale and your final grade. So which is your final CGPA. Now here, personally, I was the one even who made the mistake last year, and thankfully we have the time to correct it, and now the mistake will not come up. So here you have the semester 1. For each year, you want to submit your CGPA for each semester. So now I have 8 semesters because my program was 4 years. So my first semester, I have 4.56. And the number of makeup simply means if you have a fail, you rerun a course. The number of rerun you have that in that semester will be the number that you're putting here, maybe 1, maybe 2, or any amount that you have. Again, don't go ahead and say, if I put that I have rerun 2 courses, it will be a problem. No. Because you don't know, you will be submitting your transcript. So you're saying that, okay, I did not have any rerun, but in your transcript, it says that you failed 2 courses in your first semester. Again, your integrity at stake. You want to try to avoid those things. So there are 2 questions that used to come in this aspect. The first is, okay, my program was 5 years. Yes, your program was 5 years. So what do I do? What you do is you start from your second year, second, third, fourth, and the 5th year. Those are the ones that you submit. The second one that always come is, okay, I am a direct entry student. I joined a 4-year program and I did 3 years. So how do I go about that? What you do is your first year, which is your 200 level, you submit that twice as the first semester and the second semester. So that is what you do about that. Then, which is I'm trying to round up now. The next page is about your document. I think that is really not much of a problem.
Please, sorry to interrupt. Please, can you go back again for the 5 years course? How can we do that? 5 years.
Okay, just like I said earlier, if you have a 5-year course, what you do is to submit where you have your first semester, second semester. That means I am lacking 1 year. So instead of me to have 10 output here, how am I going to submit 8 output? So that means you are starting from your 200 level instead of starting from 100 level. So you're submitting 200 level first semester, second semester, 300 level, 400 level, and 500 level. That will make it 8. So I believe I answered that question. So then, for the document upload, here I have not uploaded anything, but you can see you have some yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. What I want you to understand is that all the documents that you need to submit, try as much as possible to have it very clean and make it in PDF. So avoid a very large file. I mean, some people will snap pictures with their phone, maybe generating like 5 gig, 7, 10 gig at times, depending on the kind of phone you're snapping with. So, and those things make it difficult for you to upload those documents. So if your document is of better size, PDF, you have no problem with it. So what do they ask for? Your national ID card, your candidate picture, which is a picture passport of you, your letter of recommendation. Luckily for every one of us, you are meant to submit it, not asking your referees to submit on your behalf. You can just have a PDF format of your recommendation letter from your referee and upload a scanned copy. So it is advisable if you can get your prof to submit, to give you the recommendation letter, 2 of them. If not, you can have a professional and an academic one. 1 academic, 1 professional. No, please avoid it. Don't do 2 professional recommendation letter. It is okay if you have 1, but the best is that you have 2 academic recommendation letters. So your baccalaureate diploma, which is your result, then your motivation letter. I am aware that the School of Collective Intelligence is one of the schools that is really concerned about your motivation letter. They want to see it. Maybe some other departments are less concerned about it, but you want to put in your effort to show your motivation letter in relation to collective intelligence. That is if you are applying. So then your CV, you have to submit that. Diploma or certificate of successful completion, I don't think this has anything to do with us. Then your baccalaureate transcript again, your transcript of grade from university. This is your university. Here, your baccalaureate. I mean, at times we give this one for another. Your baccalaureate, post-baccalaureate, license. License is high school, right? Here, the baccalaureate diploma that they're asking for is your WAEC transcript. Maybe you are using WAEC or maybe you are using NECO. It serves as your transcript. So, but here you find out that we have post-baccalaureate, yes, transcript of grades from university or post-baccalaureate. So if you have your certificate, your transcript, you can always submit it here. Transcript of grade from the last university, post-baccalaureate, which is what you can submit here. And after that, you have the next page, which is the summary page for which you can submit. You see, I cannot click on the summary. Why? Because I have not submitted all this document. This is why I cannot submit this. So I will leave it here as far as the website and the application portal is concerned. So if there are questions, okay, I don't know the plan. Yeboah, you have the floor now. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Abdullahi, for that very, very insightful presentation. For now, we'll be taking questions, and I'd like to call on Oyindamola to go on and ask his questions.
Just want him to clarify the last 2 documents. What are we supposed to upload in like the last 2 requirements?
Babatunde, do you mind sharing your screen again? We seem to have a lot of hands up, so
Okay,
maybe you could just share your screen.
Okay, sure.
So that you can be visually showing them
Yeah,
how
but
to.
can you check your WhatsApp?
Yeah, thank you. I'll do that.
Okay. Now, here, right?
While
Yes,
he's explaining, Babatunde, 1 sec, please. While he's explaining, you can just type in your questions in the comments so that we could be taking them one by one, because we might not have the chance to like give everybody a microphone to speak since we have a lot of hands up.
Okay, so here you have, it says that the transcript of grade from the university. I want you to understand one thing. What is happening here is, remember that I am using a translated version of this website. So look at this. So at times, one of them of course, you know that this is talking about my baccalaureate, this is talking about my university certificate and transcript. So I can always pick one of them to submit, what is it? My bachelor certificate. The second one, my bachelor transcript. I believe I answered your question, Oyindamola.
Yes, it's clear now. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's move on to Benedict. Benedict, you have the floor to ask your question very quickly.
All right, thank you so much for that. My questions goes like this. Please, what of in the case whereby someone has two sittings? You have both WAEC and NECO, the case whereby you do not get English in WAEC and you later wrote NECO and you got English in NECO. So how am I going to do about that, sir?
Can I answer that?
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Okay, in my own case, I wrote WAEC twice, and I think we seem to be in the same situation. So what I did was I merged my WAEC result for both years into one PDF document and uploaded. So that's what you should do. Your WAEC and NECO, merge both in the same document and use it to apply.
Okay, sir. But what of while calculating the percentage, as Abdullahi just did, how am I going to do it? Am I going to calculate only the one for WAEC and leave the one for NECO? Or what should I do, sir?
Okay, actually, what I did was, like I said, in one of my results, I had D7 in one of the core subjects that I needed to do the calculation. So what I did was I just used the grade in the other year and did the calculation and merged both documents together and submitted.
I mean, to buttress that, you don't want to like put yourself in a very tight spot. So you know that, okay, maybe my core course, like physics now, in one of the, maybe in WAEC, you have maybe 6Cs. Let's say you have 6Cs in the WAEC, and maybe in the NECO you have B2. So for me, I will always go for the one that I have B2. So at least it is still my result anyway. It's not like you're lying this time around. It's still my result. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much for the answers. I think we'll do it this way. We'll take one question from someone, then Abdullah, you can go through the chat box if there's any question that you want to answer. So we'll alternate them.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
I think that will work. Yeah. So let's take this question from Damilola. Damilola, please, you can unmute your mic and quickly ask your question.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for this class. I'm so grateful to be here today. So mine is not more of a question, it's more of a concern. Mr. Babatunde, as you were doing it, although I've been to the website at first, but I don't want to make a mistake. So as you were doing it, I was actually following you, but it got to a time that I got my stuff. But now to log in again, I'm having issues. I've been trying to look for somewhere to say log in. Like I closed my Chrome, then I'm trying to log in, but there's no a particular place for me to log in. Please, how can I go about that? Thank you.
I mean, currently, I don't understand the problem. Do you have your login details and you're not able to log in on the website or what?
Okay, like I was able to create an account, like the process you do, like, okay, login, password, all those things I was able to do. Then after signing up and everything, I closed my Chrome. So now I've already created an account. So I'm trying to log in so I can have access to those questions, names, let's blah, 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 where you can calculate your post, your white result and all those things, blah, blah. I can't find a specific place on the website where I can log in. So how can I log in subsequently? That's my...
That's not a problem. Okay, you can always go back. Okay, look at this. You can always go back to the same website here. After you create your account, you see where it says, oh, then I'm going to show you here. You see where it says sign into candidate portal. So once you click on sign into candidate portal, you can now sign in your account. This is showing my account now because I already logged in. If I log out now, you see here, it will say sign in here. You see the same connector, it means for you to sign in. Just click and you provide your information and you'll be able to log in again.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Abdullahi. So let's move on to Jonathan. Very quickly, you can unmute your mic and ask a question. Okay, let's move on to Olaoluwa very quickly, because of time. Olaoluwa, please, you can unmute your mic and ask your question very quickly.
Good evening. So his screen was when he was going through the how to select the core courses and there. So I got lost on how to select them. I was able to follow through on how to make the calculations, but then how to impute the core courses. I don't know if you can talk about that again, and as well the place of that baccalaureate transcript. I could not follow as well because the screen was freezing again at that time. So I don't know if you could touch those two things again. Thank you so much.
Okay. First, I mean, if this is where you talked about selection of the program, I think that is quite easy. So you pick whether you're applying for a master's or an undergraduate program. So once you click that, you can always mark as much
This
as.
is not what I was referring to.
Okay, then it's about your academic here.
I was Yes, this is the place I was referring to.
Okay.
How we impute the O-level results, the core subjects.
No, it's not like you are entering your core subject. You are not entering it. You're just using your core subject to calculate your annual average, which is what I showed here on this whiteboard. This is
okay.
Paul, you can take another question. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Let's move on to Melvis. Melvis, very quickly. After Melvis, we'll be taking just 3 more questions after Melvis. So Melvis, very quickly, you can unmute your mic and ask your question.
Don't worry, you have already answered my question. Someone asked it.
Okay, that's perfect. And let's move on to Roymat Mustafa for your question very quickly.
All right, thank you. Please, am I audible?
Loud and clear, we can hear you.
Okay, so my question is, I actually did not talk about how the motivation letter should be, what should be there, and all of that. So I think my question will be for Paul. So you said you are in agribusiness also. So I graduated from Department of Crop Production, and I'm a front-end developer. That's my other skill. So I wanted to know, while writing the motivation letter, should I just focus on my what I studied in school and just leave my other career path, or is it important that I add that to, I don't know if you get my question, or I should just focus on the course relating to what I'm applying for?
Okay, this is a very interesting question because I had the same concern last year while applying. For me, I studied animal production and health in FUNAB. So it's a core agricultural course. And but after graduation, I switched to digital marketing. So I was into brand marketing, content, and all of those things. So I was thinking of a way to infuse it in my experience because it carries the core of my work experience for the last 3 years. So what I did while writing my motivation letter was to find a way to tie my marketing skills to agribusiness, because I mean I used the same motivation letter to apply for both agribusiness and international management, and I got admitted into both programs. I scaled through the interview phase and all of that, but I had to think of it took me a while to write my motivation letter. I think I submitted on the last day also because I was thinking of a very interesting way to craft it and to link it up. So you don't need to talk about everything, just find the most relevant skill set or subset of your of front-end development that you think might be applicable to the field. So generally, how motivation letter work is you start with a typical problem statement. For me, I had to talk about the issue of food security in Africa. Then you talk about yourself. You talk about the reason why you picked that particular program, and what else? You talk about the university, of course, and how the collaborative nature of the university would help you achieve your goal. And one last thing that was mentioned last year by Abdullahi was that you have to tie your motivation letter to a long-term goal of yours. So my long-term goal has a bit of agrofintech in it, which of course would involve marketing. So that was how I was able to tie my professional experience with my degree together. So you need to think of, if you feel there's no way you can tie your front-end development experience to, let's say, agribusiness now, or international management, or School of Collective Intelligence, you might just leave it out and focus on your other core strengths, because in your motivation letter, you are selling yourself to the jury. So it has to be very relevant in it. So yeah, that's one way. You don't need to talk so much about it, but just you can find a way to tie it together. It will require a bit of creative thinking and retrospection again. I don't know if Abdullah want to add something to that also.
I mean, you said it quite well. One thing is just like you want your motivation letter to talk for you while you're not there, because this is your first point of contact, and you want to show that I am the best. So, and to me, what you have as a skill is something that is really interesting in this very current age. So I don't see why you should not try to put it there. You should try your best to find a way to link it to what you are applying to, and how this skill will be helpful in. This is why I said at the beginning of the presentation that, I mean, you should have gone through the school brochure and see the program and see how you can put in the skill that you have to use rather in that program. So if I, as a person, if I have a certain skill that I think it is not really something that you can achieve, that's just that easy. So I want to show it to everyone. I mean, it is an edge for me. I don't want to drop it.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Abdullah. So
I also need to come in.
okay.
Sorry, Paul. I also
Okay.
want to say something about your skill. Schools like School of Collective Intelligence look at different things to rank students. During my time, I was ranked second for the admission. What I felt made me to be highly ranked, because I took the exam when I was doing my first master's project. So I spent less time studying. I didn't even study at all. So writing the entrance exam, I had serious headache. So I didn't even know what I wrote in that exam. You understand? It's just the interview. I was quite sure that yes, I prepared for it. But what I felt that spoke for me is my CV and my motivation letter. Because when you're being sent offer letter, they will tell you the things they look at. They look at your document, your CV, your motivation, your exam. So mine might not be based on exam. It might be based on the work experience I have, because every skills you have, you will not know where it's of use. Like you say, you have software engineering, this thing. Even if maybe you've not done anything related to agriculture, that's you're applying to ABS. Even if you've not done anything related to agriculture, you can say that with this skill of mine, you look forward to learning some of this thing in ABS and producing usable software for maybe farmers and the like. Just make your motivation letter be a story, as in telling who you are, what make you to be where you are, what is driving you, and why that course is going to help you to achieve what you are looking at achieving. Then what can you contribute to the program? You'll be working with students from different culture. How are you going to use those your skills, those your strengths to be able to even promote UM6P? Thank you.
Just let me add one more point. Sorry, Paul.
Okay, no problem.
I mean, when you draft your motivation letter, this is not something that we now take like we feel entitled to it. But yeah, I am putting it to Paul, Yeboah, Moshood, and the likes. You guys should hold them by their neck. They did the same to us during their time. Send your motivation letter to them. Let them review for you. Personally, for me, currently, I am honestly not free at the moment. I can say that, yeah, I will review a motivation letter, but like I mentioned, those guys, be on their neck. They did the same last year, so they will review a recommendation letter. But that doesn't mean you have to feel the sense of entitlement that why I did not review my recommendation. It is not something that people do with their time, especially when you're studying at the same time. So when you get here, you understand what it takes as well. But yeah, I mean, you can always reach out to them, ask them to please help you proofread your recommendation letter. They'll give you a suggestion. After all, they are here. I mean, they have put in some effort to be here, and they can give you some advice as well. So that's it, yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. I mean, myself and my other colleagues here will be happy to guide a lot of people if you have any issues with your recommendation letter and help you review it also. So we have 3 more questions left because of the brevity of time. So let's move on. Aisha Ahmad Tijani, you can unmute your mic and ask your question very quickly.
Good evening. So my question was basically to add to question what you said. You said that your motivation letter was speaking about your skills and whatnot. How do you manage for 2 courses? Say, are you going to speak about your motivation for agribusiness, and then speak about your motivation for a collective intelligence? And it sounds like too much for one motivation letter. How are you supposed to do this?
Yeah. Okay, let me answer that. Though last year, the IT team advised that you should use a generic motivation letter. But I told the applicants that if you feel that you can't write a generic motivation letter, write different motivation letter and join them in one document. You understand? So I think people like Supreme, Moshood wrote generic motivation letter, but I still know some that wrote for different departments and joined.
Actually, I wrote for different departments.
Exactly. Some departments, when they receive like generic motivation letter, because some candidates chatted me that like SCI asked them to send their motivation letter because they received generic and they wanted for SCI. So it's left for you to decide.
Okay, thank you very much, Christianah. I mean, for me, I wrote a generic motivation letter for both MIM and ABI. So for our next question, Kazim Afolabi, very quickly, you can unmute your mic. After Kazim, we have only one slot left for questions this evening. So Kazim Afolabi, you can unmute your mic and ask your question. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Yeboah. My question goes thus. When Mr. ABDULLAHI was actually when he was recapping the housing, I just want him to recap on how a direct entry applicant can fill the complete the semesters. I now, because I already went to Polytechnic when I graduated from that place, so I also did my BSc. That is 3 years. So how am I going to fill my the CGPA years? You know, maybe like the first year, the second year, the third year. Sir. Thank you.
For the sake of time, I would just suggest you watch the recording of this video so that you could rewind to that specific aspect of the video and watch it again, because I think he was quite explicit with what he said.
Okay, let's move on very quickly to Moses Adekola for his question.
Paul, please, if your question has been answered, could you please drop your hand so that we'll know people that we've not responded to, because we have over 12 hands raised and we don't know whether we've answered them or not. So if you know your question has been answered, please just drop your hands. Thank you. Paul, please go on.
Yeah, I'm also keeping track of the people that I've asked this evening. So Moses Adekola, very quickly.
Thank you very much, Paul. My question is as regard the recommendation letter. With the recommendation letter, the one for the one, you talk about two, one professional and one academics. Will the recommendation letter be addressed to the registrar of the school, or it will be left like to whom it may concern? Thank you.
Can I give an answer to that before other people come in? So for a recommendation letter, it works in different ways. From some people, you can use either your academic and professional. But for me, I used two academic references, one from my direct supervisor in my undergraduate, as well as one of my senior lecturers in the university. So what I did was I provided the address of UM6P as well as where they could direct it to. So it was very clear they were writing it to the African Business School in UM6P. It was not generic or to whom it may concern. So it was directed to the African Business School and of course the registrar in the African Business School. So that was the heading, and of course I gave them the name of the university as well as the program I was applying for. So Abdullahi or Yeboah or Christianah, you can add to that also.
Okay, in my own case, while I was applying, okay. Christianah, you can go.
No, I think your set is more current than my set, so it's better you.
Okay. So in my own case, while I was applying, the letter was addressed to the admissions committee. That's the admission committee. Just like you would put the registrar, what I did was I put the admission committee, admissions committee, Mohammed VI Polytechnic University, and then I put the university address, and then I put Dear Sir Omar, and then recommendation letter for Mr. This and that. And that's how I did the address. But just like Paul said, if you're applying to maybe the programs you're applying to are in the African Business School, you might want to address it to the Admissions Committee, African Business School. But since I was applying to a program that was also outside of the African Business School, I was applying to the School of Collective Intelligence and African Business School. So I just had to use the university email address, the Admissions Committee, Mohammed VI Polytechnic University, and that's how I did it. You might also want to do yours like that too.
Yeah, so I think we've come to the end because of time, and I think I would yield the floor to Yeboah or ACQUAH. If you have any other question, you can drop it in the chat box, and we would respond to them very quickly. Thank you very much.
Paul, thank you very much. Okay, we're way past the time. The plan was to host this session for 1 hour, and we've been speaking for almost 2 hours now. And if you still have any questions, you can drop it in our WhatsApp group, and any member of this outreach team can respond to it. We have about 6, 7, or 10, between 7 to 10 people that are there to help you out. And just like Christianah said, you can always reach out to us to assist you with review of your essays and whatever. I mean, we want to see more Nigerians here, so we're always willing to help. I'll now yield the mic to Christianah Oyewale to say one or two things before we call this meeting to a close.
Okay, let me start by thanking the entire team. First, Mr. Olariwaju, for always creating time. He's a very super busy person, very, very super busy person. So, but we know how we do drag him that you have to create time for us. So aside him teaching you about the application, is somebody that you can rely on when you. It's a bit harsh, let me tell you that, because me and him, we always fight.
Don't spoil my name.
Yeah, so because he's a teacher, he's a math teacher, not even just a teacher. Mathematics teacher in Nigeria, we learned that they are very, they know how to K very well. So
not my own kind.
So, yeah, but he's a very good person. I'm just joking. He's not harsh. He's a good person. He's a busy person and very kind-hearted. When you get to Morocco, he's one of those that will help you to ensure that you are highly integrated into Moroccan system. And I also want to thank their entire team. Paul, Yeboah, Supreme is Moshood, Roya. I'm not sure if Constance is here. We also have our data is not here. Last year was a bit difficult for me managing the stuff, but like this year, they made it very easy for me. So please feel free to drop anything. Let's try as much as possible to avoid DM, because there are some questions that you will ask when somebody answers, somebody else will have that similar problem, and you asking, then us giving response, we give response to that other person so that other person will not have to disturb us. It's exam time for us. You understand? So we have to manage so many things together. We are highly committed to Moroccan community club activities and course. So please, then though Roya did his undergraduate in we call him boss, the boss in Bengri campus. So
please.
When you get to Morocco, if you are going to Bengri, just hold him tight like this. Is the one that we carry you up and down. That campus is very bigger than what you can imagine. Yeah, so he actually advised that Nigerians should focus on English courses because those English courses alone, they are very taxing. I can imagine Yeboah has presentation on Monday, is still here. So Paul too, always in class from morning to evening, including Saturdays. So, yeah. So those programs are really, really super interesting. But we have some students that applied into the French program. If you think that you can learn French between now and September, you might want to consider the French course. I don't know. You see, they are not agreeing with me. Yeah, but then because SCI might take just 20 students. We are over how many here? ABS, during our set, they took about 40, if I remember, Olariwaju. But during Paul's set, we had just 3 Nigerians in MIM. And Paul, how many of you guys in ABI?
Okay, in ABI, we are just 7 Nigerians, but we are 14 in total in the class, just 7 Nigerians.
So, which shows that the number of people that were admitted from Nigeria in this current set dropped by maybe half of our sets. You understand? So You might want to increase your chance by applying to multiple departments, then also undergraduate. The way that undergraduate works in French system, when you do the 5 years, they call it engineering. When you do the 5 years engineering, you move to PhD straight. So you might want to, though age limit, if you think maybe your age is still maybe above 22 or thereabouts, you might want to consider picking the undergraduate course. Then FGSCS, please read about them before you apply. Read about them. You know, there's application fee, the scholarship might not be 100%. That department, you have to be very strong in this to be able to survive. They can drop you at any level. So please know what you are doing before you put your body in it. And if you are confused, email is more official. You can send me email. My WhatsApp is always too full of messages. I might not be able to attend to them over a week or thereabouts, and they will be like, African lady doesn't have our time. So please be professional, send email. At times your email, send it as if you are sending it to admission team. Because if you send me email, I forward to today. I don't need to spend time reading it and asking the IT team. I can just forward it to them. So please, let's be professional and don't give us too much stress. Thank you so much.
Yeboah, just give me 1 minute to add to what Christianah just said about the FGSS. See, I will tell you categorically, FGSS is an entity on its own. UM6P is another entity. I mean, there are some things that works in UM6P as a whole that doesn't work in FGSS. Just like Christianah said, they can drop you at any time. Their scholarship is mostly not 100%. You want to be very careful. I mean, you can apply if you're applying for a PhD in FGSS. That's a very great one. But if you're applying for undergraduate or masters at FGSS, please, for God's sake, personally, I will not advise a Nigerian to apply for FGSS, especially if you can't speak English, if you cannot speak French. So if you can speak French, you're sound enough, maybe you have a first class. I mean, as a Nigerian, we can survive anywhere actually. But yes, be very careful with FGSS if you want to apply. I wish every one of us the best. And I can always wait to have you guys here. We always want to have as much as we can. So I wish you best of luck.
Thank
We
you
can't hear
so
you,
much.
Yeboah. Yeboah, your mic is mute.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Abdullahi. I think Christianah still wants to say something because I can see your hands up. I don't know. Maybe.
No. Sorry. I didn't know
Okay.
that my hand is paining me online.
She's part of those who raised their hands earlier. She was part of them.
Okay, great. Thank you guys for joining us for today's meeting. I really appreciate you all for taking our time to be here. I understand that it's because you're passionate about succeeding in your